And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College in the mountains of western North Carolina. And glad you're able to join us for this special edition of Brevard College Volleyball. It's the regular season home finale for the Tornadoes. They've got a season ahead of them still with several road games still on the docket, but a season finale this evening, and what that means, of course, senior night. And Grace Pukas will be honored, the lone senior on this year's team. She'll be graduating from Brevard College with a bachelor's in exercise science, minors in coaching and psychology, planning to pursue a master's degree in exercise physiology. And she's been a big part of this program in her 4 years as a contributor to this Brevard College Tornado volleyball program. 47 career matches, 214 digs, 192 assists, 30 career service aces. By the way, a dual sport athlete, Grace is. She's also a thrower for the BC track and field team and has participated with that program as well during the springtime. Member of IWIL, which is the Women's Leadership Institute here at Brevard College, and an honor student, just outstanding student athlete, Grace Pukas. And we'll honor her just before the start of this one. So kind of the lineup for the pregame ceremonies. Warm-ups will conclude, and just before we announce the starting lineups and then the national anthem, we will honor the senior from Brevard College, Grace Pukas. So glad you're able to be with us on the court after all those pregame ceremonies. Tornadoes versus Greensboro College. The Tornadoes hosting the Pride. And Greensboro 15-10 overall, 9-3 in the USA South Conference. So a tough opponent this evening for the Tornadoes, who are 3-18 overall, 1-11 in the USA South Conference. But looking for a feel-good evening here on a night we'll honor Grace Pukas, the senior for the Tornadoes. So stick with us. We're about 16 and a half minutes away from getting all the ceremony started here at Brevard College, and glad you're able to join us. Brevard versus Greensboro volleyball coming up shortly. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, we just had a senior night ceremony for Grace Pukas. And now the starting lineups being announced. For Greensboro, Jalen Templeton, Abby Hancock, Taylor Cody, Krista Brantley, Peyton Shiflett, and Jade Vrobel. And for the Tornadoes, Logan Pretty, McKenna Parkins, the libero, Bailey Lance, Ashley Hoxett, Caitlin Presley, and Kendall Rockstad as well. Jackson Tumicki gets a start also. And tonight, a night also in celebration of Grace Pukas, the celebrated senior from Brevard College. So now the playing of the national anthem, then we'll get things started. Pride and Tornadoes. There you have it. Tornadoes and Pride getting ready to get started here at Brevard College. Glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from. We're getting ready for some USA South Conference and NCAA Division III volleyball action here at the Bosch. And congrats once again, Grace Pukas, senior, the lone senior on this team. And she was honored pregame, and team will certainly be inspired by that. Amazing student athlete, not just on the court, 214 digs, 192 assists, 30 career service aces, dual sport athlete, a thrower on the track and field team, and Grace just stellar in the classroom. You name a honor society, she's probably a part of it. Alpha Chi, Omicron Delta Kappa, USA South Academic All-Conference Award winner. And just a tremendous example to the underclassmen on this volleyball team. Tornadoes in their home white jerseys. And the visitors from Greensboro in the green tops, black shorts. And looks like we are ready to get started here. Serving first for Greensboro is going to be Templeton. She's the captain, freshman out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. And she starts off with a service ace, so advantageous start for the visitors from Greensboro. This is a good Greensboro squad, 9-3 in conference play entering tonight. Here come the Tornadoes. Pretty setting up Presley, and the winner from Caitlin Presley. Big time finish there. The versatile Caitlin Presley. She's got several triple doubles in her career. And Grace Pukas, the senior, has checked in. She'll handle the service. You can hear the The energy pick up here at the Bosch. Pukas sends it deep, handled by the Greensboro libero Mantell. And just in, and actually off a hand of the Tornadoes was the ruling. So Greensboro able to take a 2-1 lead. Back at it. Tornadoes on the attack. Now Greensboro responding, and that will be wide, that attack. So point goes to the Nados. 2-2, your score. With the service there, Kendall Rockstad, the sophomore from Kannapolis. And that attack will sail long. Point Tornadoes. Krista Brantley with the point. The point for the Tornadoes after her attack went long. Rockstad sends it deep and just a little too deep there. So service error. And 3-3 your score. All knotted up here early going. Set number 1. Pride and Tornadoes. Lauren Mantell, the libero for Greensboro, all the way from La Mesa, California. And she gets things started on her service with an ace. One libero taking on another as she sent that Bailey Lance's way, and Lance did everything in her power with her right hand to try to dig that up, but too hot to handle. Serve there, dug up by Pukas. Pretty, Presley. Point Greensboro. May have been a bit of a net violation there on the Tornado, so back at it here, 5-3, Greensboro on top. Fall break here at Brevard College. School out of session. Fall sports in full swing. Here come the Pride. Nice job on the block there to Mickey, and also Hoxett getting up high, but then the Pride able to find that one part of the court where there was an opening. That sweet spot right in the middle. Sort of like a no man's land, a Bermuda Triangle perhaps. 6-3 the score. Pretty. Setting up Hoxett. Hoxett fires away, but long. Point Greensboro. There's a point for the Tornadoes on the long attack there. Meanwhile, Presley will handle the service. Presley, the local product out of Brevard High School, Brevard, North Carolina. Here come the Pride. And count it, that was within that end line. So winner there for the Pride. Meanwhile, substitute here as checking out is Brantley. And checking in Lauren Kunke, the senior from Woodstock, Illinois. Point for the Pride there, 9-4 your score. Just getting going here, set number 1. Service error there, so point Tornadoes, and McKenna Parkins checks in for the Nados. Meanwhile, the service will come from Ashley Hoxett. Presley. Here's Parkins. Parkins and just getting a piece of that end line. Crowd starting to get into it. So even though school's out of session, the fall sports are here on campus. So between representation from men's and women's soccer, football, cross country, men's and women's basketball getting started. They're in their preseason training mode. So Do have some student population here and making some noise here at the Bosch, despite it being fall break. Meanwhile, 9-7, Tornadoes hanging tough with the formidable Greensboro Pride. Big hit there from Parkins and off of the hand of a blocker of the Pride. So point for the Nados, and the Hoxett service will continue. Ashley Hoxett, sophomore from nearby Balsam Grove, North Carolina, Rossman High School. The right hand of Hoxett. Big hit there, and count it for the Pride. That was number 10, Taylor Cody, freshman from Greensboro. Oh, my. Big-time hit there from Cody. 10-8 to score. Service here from Hancock. And service error, so point for the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes hanging right in there, just down by a point to a team that is 9-3 entering this contest in USA South Conference play. Very impressive record for the Pride thus far, but Tornadoes hanging tough. And great block there by the Nados. Really nicely done. Kendall Rockstad, Emma Wester. The defense at the net as going up high there. Wester and Rockstad. Pair of sophomore getting in on the block, and a service ace there by Bailey Lance. Two straight serves that had just been wicked by Lance, and that one a ace. And the Tornadoes with the lead now, 11-10. Serve here from Nance. Parkins sends it over. Now here comes Greensboro. And that will be a point for the Tornadoes. The ruling is long. So there you have it. The Lance service will continue. Tornadoes with their largest lead of the match, 12-10. Serve here from Bailey Lance. And it's another good one, kind of sending Greensboro on their heels. Here come the Tornadoes the other way. Parkins blocked quickly by the Pride. Now Wester. And Wester with the winner. She placed that. Nice use of finesse. The changeup from Wester, finding that one little sweet spot on that side of the court now. 13-10, extending their largest lead of the contest here in this first set. Service of Bailey Lance will continue, but that one just a little long, and service will go back to the Pride. Well, glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuned in from. Brevard College Tornado Volleyball. Men's and women's soccer doubleheader tomorrow night. Reserves men's soccer Thursday night. Saturday football. And also JV football on Sunday. We'll be bringing you all that action here on this YouTube channel. Presley setting up Parkins. Great job there by the Pride to keep that in play. Jalen Templeton, the captain of Greensboro, just a spectacular play here up against the grandstands to keep that one alive, and she'll have the chance here to continue her service. And a winner there for the Pride. Actually, point will go to the Tornadoes. Oh, check that. It is, in fact, a Pride point. So after the Tornadoes took a 13-10 lead, a mini 3-0 run here for the Pride to knot it up at 13. Templeton with the serve. Parkins with the dig. Presley back to Parkins. And winner there for the Nados. 14-13. Tornadoes. Good looking set thus far is checking in now. Logan Pretty. By the way, setter from Greensboro, North Carolina, taking on Greensboro College. You got to be curious whether Pretty perhaps knows some of these Pride student athletes from her high school days in the Greensboro area. Good handful of members of the Pride from that part of the state. Also a couple members of the Pride from here in the mountains. As there is a winner there for the Tornadoes, 15-13. So Tornadoes pulled away for a 13-10 lead. Pride tied it back up at 13, and now 2 consecutive points by the Nados to take a 15-13 lead. Meanwhile, here come the Pride. Point for Greensboro there, so 15-14 now your score. Sub here for the Pride. Meanwhile, service here for Templeton. Hoxett, Lance, and Presley on that back road for the Tornadoes. It'll be Hoxett. Presley with a big hit there, well blocked by the Pride. And despite the block there by the Pride, Vrobel getting up high. Tornadoes with another point. And the senior, Grace Pukas, checking back in. Big moment here. As for the second time here in this set, Grace Pukas. Pukas with the dig there. Here's Presley. Presley. Greensboro will send it over. Another opportunity here for the Tornadoes, but they're unable to connect the pass there. 16-15. Nados on top. Sub here as checking out for Greensboro is McCown. Tornadoes under direction of Abby Pardee, interim head coach of the Tornadoes in her first season. Brittany Franks, a Brevard College alum, dual sport athlete herself, just like Pukas, but in the sports of volleyball and softball. Meanwhile, service here, it'll be Kendall Rockstad, the sophomore. Rockstad sending it deep. Handled there by the libero, Mantell. Dug up there by Presley nicely. Now Hoxett will send it over. And another spectacular dig there, that time by Mantell. Mantell hit the deck there, did a quick roll, popped back up on her feet. Now a timeout by Greensboro because the Tornadoes have taken another 3-point lead, 18-15 here in set number 1. Stick with us. Pride and Tornadoes, USA South Conference action. Back here at Brevard College. Well, if you didn't hear, the Brevard College cycling team finished 3rd in the nation in the Mountain Bike National Championships. That was held up in Durango, Colorado. Cole Punchard, the individual Omnium title. What does that mean? The best overall rider in college mountain biking. Cole Punchard winning the individual national championship. So congratulations to Cole. Congratulations to the entire Brevard College cycling program. Another great performance in the national championships. Meanwhile, back to action here. Tornadoes with a 3-point lead. Greensboro coming out of the timeout. And a point there for the Tornadoes. A wall of Tornado blockers there. Jackson Tamicki. Also Hoxett getting up high there. Rockstad. And Rockstad with the serve. Nifty little move there by the setter, catching the Tornadoes off guard. Abby Hancock Actually, check that. I believe it was Norris with that play there. Mickey sends it over. Here's Templeton. Templeton, the setter for the Pride, making that one happen, setting up her teammate that time. She did, in fact, get the kill the last time. My apologies on the misidentification. Meanwhile, back to action here. And Lauren Mantell out of California with the serve. And it'll be a service ace. 19-18 now the score. Tornadoes hanging on to a 1-point lead. Back line for the Tornadoes, Pukas, Lance, and Presley. It'll be Lance. And Tornadoes with a net violation there by the Pride with the point. And Tornadoes the first of these two teams to hit the 20-point threshold. 20-18, Nados on top. Great to see members of the football program in attendance. And a service ace there by who else? Grace Pukas, the sensational senior for the Tornadoes, getting an ace on senior night. And just like that, the Tornadoes have opened up a 3-point lead again, 21-18. And the block that time to Mickey and Hoxett combining for that block. And the Tornadoes inching even closer to a first set win. Now a 4-point lead. Pukas. Hoxett. Lance sends it over. Another spectacular dig there by the libero. Mantell. And Greensboro desperately needed that as Tornadoes lead cut to 3, 22-19. Left-handed serve here from Lauren Kunka. Dug up there, or at least attempted to dig it up by Hoxett. And now a timeout by the Tornadoes. 22-20 your score, set number 1, Tornadoes on top.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, 22-20, Tornadoes on top in this one. Good-looking crowd here at the Bosch for senior night. Dug up there by Lance. Pukas. And point for the Pride. So the Tornadoes need to shift the momentum back to Brevard's side. 22-21. Tight one down the stretch here, set number 1. Opportunity here for the Pride. Big time hit there, but dug up by Lance. That was Hancock with the big hit. Lance with another great dig. Here's Wester. Wester with the hit there, and that's going to send the Pride all the way back. They do a good job to keep it in play. Another opportunity here for the Tornadoes. Wester. And point for the Tornadoes. Brevard with the point. Greensboro unhappy about it. The captain heading over to speak with the official. That's Templeton. Not happy about that ruling, but bottom line is Tornadoes 23-21, that much closer to a set victory over one of the top teams in the USA South Conference. 23-21. Ashley Hoxett will handle the service. The sophomore. Jump serve from Hoxett. And a little bit of miscommunication there, Lance and Presley. And bottom line is Pride with the point, 23-22. This is a tight one down the stretch here. Set number 1. Abby Hancock with the serve. Parkins, big time hit there, dug up by the Pride. Another attempt on a dig there by the Pride. And just like that, it is set point for the Tornadoes. Set point at 24-22. Bailey Lance with the service. And that'll be a service error point for the Pride. That serve just had a little too much mustard on it. Went long. Pride, by the way, 9-3 record. That's actually third in the USA South. Pretty impressive, this top end of the USA South. Southern Virginia, 11-1. William Peace, 10-2. Greensboro with a half-game advantage over Salem. Meredith Methodist, Pfeiffer, 5-6-7 in the conference. Meanwhile, back to action here. Another set point opportunity for the Tornadoes. Parkins. Hoxett keeps it in play. Presley. Parkins again. Parkins sends it deep. Now the Pride will have an opportunity. Pride with a big hit there. Dug up by Hoxett. Somehow kept alive by Parkins. Now Hoxett sends it over. What a point we have here. One of the better rallies so far. Presley. Lance, and that's a mishit there. And just like that, we're all tied up at 24. Of course, in the sport of volleyball, you have to win by 2. So we're all knotted up at 24, and we'll go from there. As we will regroup here. Timeout by the Tornadoes. We'll keep it right here. And great time of year here in Brevard, North Carolina. The leaves in full bloom. Really popping up there on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Women's soccer will be in action tomorrow. They're in the hunt for postseason play. Men's soccer coming off a tough defeat in the final seconds to NC Wesleyan. They're still near the top of the USA South Conference standings. Football, they'll take on LaGrange this weekend. And meanwhile, 24-24. Tornadoes and Greensboro. This is truly crunch time here at the Bosch. Klingon-Smith has checked in for Greensboro. She'll handle the serve. She's a freshman from Naples, Florida. Palmetto Ridge High School, in the southwest part of the state. Serve here. Big hit there. And it'll be Tornadoes point. Greensboro once again with a baffled look on their face. You know, they thought that was off a hand of the Tornadoes and just not happy with that call once again. But bottom line, Tornadoes with another set point opportunity, 25-24. They can put it away here. Serve here from Logan Pretty. It's a good one. Hoxett, Pretty, setting up Presley on the backside, and the point for Presley, and the set for the Tornadoes, just like that, 26-24. A very impressive start here on senior night for the Brevard College Tornadoes volleyball team. Your score at the end of one set, 26-24, Brevard. Brevard leads 1-0. Set number 2 coming up next.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out at the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, what a first set by the Tornadoes, 26-24. And the Tornadoes able to take a 1-0 lead against the team currently in third place in the USA South Conference, 9-3 overall. The Greensboro Pride. Tornadoes with a big win at Pfeiffer just 6 days ago. 5-setter at Pfeiffer. That was a big turning point for the Tornadoes. You know what the Tornadoes have been calling the second half of the season? Revenge tour. They're looking for revenge against the teams that defeated them earlier in the year, and Greensboro's one of them, a 3-0 win at Greensboro. And so far, so good, 1-0 Tornadoes, and part of that revenge tour, a 3-2 win at Pfeiffer after losing to Pfeiffer the first meeting. And the revenge tour continuing tonight at home, and then 5 road matches to end the season. And the revenge tour will continue. Mary Baldwin, Southern Virginia, Salem, NC Wesleyan, and Methodist. So tough stretch down the road there as far as being away from the Bosch. But first things first, back to the present moment. 1-0 Brevard on top in sets. Team switch sides, so now the Tornadoes on the left side of your device. And Greensboro on the right. Tornadoes in their white jerseys, black shorts, blue trim, and blue numerals. Greensboro in the green with the white numerals, white lettering, black shorts. Logan Pretty will start things off for the Tornadoes. Coming off that 26-24 first set win. Point for the Pride to start this second set. And serve here will be coming from Templeton. She's the setter for the Pride. Dug up there by Lance. Parkins on the attack. And the block there, the combination of Peyton Shiflett, freshman from Asheboro, North Carolina, and also Jade Vrobel. She's out of West Virginia. Now the block actually ended up out of bounds, so the point back to the Tornadoes. Grace Pukas, the senior night celebrant, with the serve. Point there for the Pride. Point there for the Tornadoes after the service error by Shiflett. Shiflett, we mentioned, from Asheboro, North Carolina, home of the world-famous North Carolina Zoo. Asheboro. Hit there, and a point for the Pride. That's Brantley. Service here for the Pride. It's Mantell. Pretty. Lance. Hawks it with the winner there. And point for the Tornadoes, all tied up at 3. Good looking point there. And Caitlin Presley with the serve. Well, Parkins leading the way so far for the Tornadoes on the attack. She's got 5 kills. Presley and Pretty each with 4 assists, leading the way in distribution. And Hoxett, the leading defender, with 4 digs. Point there for the Pride. Meanwhile, Pride have been led by Templeton and Vrobel, each with 4 kills. Brantley and Shiflett have 3 kills as well. 10 assists for Templeton to lead all players. She also has 3 digs. And Lauren Mantell with 8 digs. Trying to keep that one alive. The Pride. Taylor Cody. Big hit there. Oh, my. Ashley Hoxett. Letting out some fury there. The power from the left side. Hoxett. Almost impossible to defend a fastball like that coming off the hand. Dug up there by Presley. Parkins now sends it over. Pride trying to use some finesse. Can't fool the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, hit there. Dug up by the Pride. Now a big hit. And the defense, Tornadoes might have been celebrating prematurely there because somehow the Pride are able to keep that alive. Interesting rally here developing. Bailey Nance on the attack. Nance, by the way, had the block early on, and now Bailey Nance with the finish. The freshman from Roxborough, North Carolina. And suddenly the Bosch has come alive. 5-4 here in the second set. Tornadoes already up 1-0. Presley, great dig there. Nance setting up her teammate. Here come the Pride the other way. And a finish there once again. Blair Nance here in this second set has suddenly become a factor. Just call her the microwave. Sort of like Vinnie Johnson of the old Detroit Pistons. You bring her in off the bench and immediately producing. Hit there, though. So the Greensboro Pride with a response of their own. Taylor Cody, freshman from Greensboro, Southeast Guilford High School. Big time hit there. Meanwhile, Abby Hancock. Hancock, we mentioned a couple of the Pride players from the western half of the state. And Hancock out of Fletcher, North Carolina, just down the road here from Brevard, North Henderson High School. So, homecoming of sorts for Abby Hancock. Meanwhile, point for the Tornadoes, 7-5. Nados on top. Serve from Bailey Lance. Speaking of local products, she's from Mills River. Point for the Tornadoes, meanwhile, in the Bailey Lance service will continue. Two aces so far for the Nados. One by Lance. One by Presley. Lance has been effective with her services so far in this match. Parkins now with the hit in the finish. McKenna Parkins, that's kill number 8 for the dual sport athlete, volleyball, women's basketball. And Parkins making her presence known. 9-5 now the score, and the service will continue for Lance. Pride. Big hit there, and that's some power. Peyton Shiflett, freshman from Asheboro, North Carolina, Southwest Randolph High School, letting loose some fury of her own. And service here for the Pride. Klingensmith. Serve with the right hand. Opportunity here for the Pride. Dug up by Hoxett. Presley going backside to Nance. Another big hit there. Shiflett back to back. Just wallops of that volleyball. You could hear that all the way up here coming off the hand. A lot of power. Attack there, and an effective one at that. Blair Nance with the finish. Meanwhile, a little bit of discussion over the scores table. Make sure we got everything sorted out there. Logan Pretty checking back in for the NATOs. So Pretty, Hoxett, Rockstad, Lance, and Parkins on the court for the NATOs. And that's going to be a point for the Pride. Meanwhile, 10-8 your score. Set number 2, Tornadoes up 1-0. Glad you're able to join us. Boshamer Gymnasium on a chilly night here. Some of the coldest weather this time of year we've seen in quite some time. Thankfully, indoor sport volleyball, because it's 39 degrees currently and dropping outside. Here's Parkins. What a dig there. Spectacular dig by Templeton to keep that alive, but the Tornadoes with the point. And the crowd responds with an ovation. And the senior Grace Pukas out of Valrico, Florida. Pukas, Grace Christian High School. And a point there, so the service will continue for Pukas. Now, if you're wondering where Valrico, Florida is, it's in Hillsborough County, which is just outside of Tampa as far as Valrico goes. And point there for the Pride, the hometown of senior Grace Pukas being honored tonight. Valrico, kind of near Sefner, on your way to Plant City. So east of Tampa. And point there for the Tornadoes. A nice round of applause. And meanwhile, service here coming from Rockstad. And service error, so point back to the Pride. Last home game of the season for this Brevard College Tornado team. 5 matches after this, either on the road or at a neutral site, but bottom line, not here at the Bosch. Meanwhile, here come the NATOs. Hoxett sends it over, but an opportunity here to answer by the Pride, and the Pride are going to be able to get that point. Service here for Mantell. She's led all players with 9 digs. Now trying on the service end. She already has 2 aces, but that time a service error, her second service error. So NATO's now with an opportunity. Ahead 14-11. You can feel the energy rising. Service here from Presley. Big hit there. Tornadoes were there defensively at the net, but that ball drops and finds that Boschmer Gymnasium surface. Brooks with the winner. She's the freshman from Burlington, North Carolina. 14-12. NATO's on top. Presley setting up Hoxett. Pride now coming the other way. And what a block there to Mickey and also Blair Nance. A pair of freshmen with the block. By the way, Tamiki also from Valrico, Florida. Same hometown as senior Grace Pukas. Presley. Hit there from Parkins. Well defended. Templeton, also Cody. Well done there by the Pride. Meanwhile, Hancock, local product from here in the mountains, Fletcher, North Carolina, with the serve. Hoxett digs that up. Presley now setting up Parkins. That'll sail long. Point Pride. So the service will continue for Hancock out of North Henderson High School. Pride back the other way. And that's going to be an illegal touch there by the Pride. Point for the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes have led almost this entire set after winning the first set. Service here for Bailey Lance. Lance now setting up Nance. So Lance to Nance for the winner. And 17-14 now your score. Blair Nance, what a second set she's having. All sorts of contributions. And a winner there, a service ace for Bailey Lance. Really well done on that serve. That's her second ace of the match. Hoxett. Sending it over there was Rockstad. Now another opportunity for the Tornadoes. Here's Nance. And the Pride with the point there as that attack sails long. 18-15 your score. Subs here for the Pride. As checking in now, Klingensmith. And the serve. Great job on the block there. Vrobel leading the way. Also Templeton in on some of that action. And the Pride with the strong defense at the net. And a service error there. Point for the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes with a 19-16 advantage. And checking back in to handle this service will be Logan Pretty. Getting fired up here at the Bosch student body. Hearing some pretty good numbers despite fall break. Meanwhile, here come the Pride. Big hit there. I mean, that was just a rocket from Peyton Shiflett. Oh, my. Freshman from Asheboro, North Carolina, and you can see some reactions from some of the members of the gallery here are just kind of amazed by that power. And Templeton now with the service. She's a freshman herself out of Mount Airy, North Carolina, Surrey Central High School. And the serve. Pretty, setting up Parkins. Kept alive by the Pride. Really nicely done defensively after that big hit by Parkins. And the point will go to the Pride. Mount Airy, North Carolina, the home of Templeton. The birthplace of actor Andy Griffith. And the basis for the television show, The Andy Griffith Show, Mayberry, big part of Americana, and that's the most notable mention that you usually hear when you talk about Mount Airy, North Carolina. Meanwhile, we got another star in the Bruin from Mount Airy, it looks like. Templeton, this freshman for the Pride, and a couple services here has tied this match up 19-19, and Tornadoes looking to regain the momentum somehow. Pretty keeping this alive. Big hit there from Presley, and that will be a point for the Tornadoes. Not exactly how you draw it up from the Pride standpoint. And Tornadoes really needed that point. The Pride were starting to get a little momentum there with the service of Templeton, and Tornadoes have regained control. 2019, Pukas with the serve. Presley, Pretty. Lance sends it over. Opportunity here for the Pride. Big hit there, and the winner from Jade Vropel. Vropel, junior from Kearneysville, West Virginia, Washington High School. Another opportunity for the Pride here. 20-20, we're all tied up, and the Pride able to wrestle the lead back. The Tornadoes have led this set most of the way. 21-20 now, timeout on the court. Set number 2. Tornadoes up 1-0. Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium. Well, came off a great homecoming. All sorts of festivities there, including a big win by the Brevard College football team. Homecoming court was announced actually on this very Boschberg Gymnasium surface night before at a big pep rally. Hall of Fame induction. Appreciate everybody coming back to Brevard College for homecoming. What a time of year here in the mountains. Attack there by Presley, handled by the Pride, and that's going to be another point for the Pride. They've now pulled away for a 22-20 advantage, and this is a critical juncture for the Tornadoes. See if they can stay in this set. Dug up there by Pretty. This is going to be difficult for the Tornadoes to keep alive. A fourth hit there. And another kill for the Pride. And meanwhile, another timeout for the Tornadoes, trying to hang around here, realizing just how critical this juncture is. Tornadoes under the direction of interim head coach Abby Pardee, along with Brittany Franks, her assistant. The head athletic trainer, Noah Reisig. Great look from Noah with the sport coat. I want to thank everybody, this being our final home game of the year, who's helped behind the scenes. Logan Southern, Aisha Short, Shania Hauser, Scott Douglas, members of the softball program, under the direction of head coach Bree Sharon, Roya Tomasabi, Joseph Marvin pushing all the buttons. Appreciate everyone who's worked behind the scenes for the operations here at Brevard College. Final home game of the year for the Tornadoes. Seems like just yesterday we were getting things started with the start of the year. Here we are, senior night. Meanwhile, 2 points away from a set victory here of the Pride. This is crunch time for the Tornadoes to try to stay in this set. And that's a nifty play there by Kelsey Brooks, the freshman from Burlington, North Carolina. She uses some finesse with the touch and able to create a set point opportunity here for the Pride. And that'll be the set. In fact, 25-20, the Pride even this matchup, one set apiece. So we'll head to the third set, all knotted up 1-1. Back here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. All tied up 1-1. Tornadoes won the first set 26-24. Greensboro answered with a 25-20 set 2 victory. So, in some senses, a brand new ball game. All tied up 1-1. Tornadoes have been led on the attack by McKenna Parkins with 8 kills, also with 3 kills apiece, 3 different players, Blair Nance, Ashley Hoxett, and Caitlin Presley. Presley with 9 assists as well. Bailey Lance with 3 assists. Logan Pretty with 3 assists. Lance has 2 service aces. Presley has 1 as well. And in the dig department, 2 players with 6 digs lead the Tornadoes, Ashley Hoxett and Caitlin Presley. Leading attacker for Greensboro has been number 16, Peyton Shiflett. 22 assists by Templeton, the setter. That's after just 2 sets. 2 service aces for Mantell, also a service ace for Templeton. And Mantell also leading in digs with 12. Each team has been effective with the block. The Tornadoes with 5 solo blocks, led by Jackson Tamicki with 2. Rockstad and Presley each with 1. Also Hoxa with 1. Also block assist for Wester and Rockstad. 4 total blocks for the Pride. So not right back to action here. Brevard and Greensboro, USA South Conference volleyball. Presley. She set up Hoxett nicely, but the Noxett attack just a little wide left. And service here for the Pride. Serve there, and Templeton with the ace. That's her second of the match, and a 2-0 lead for Greensboro. Boshermer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. We'll be playing basketball here before you know it. Those 2 teams, men's and women's basketball teams here at Brevard, have been working hard in their preseason camp. Meanwhile, point there for the Tornadoes. Nicely done on that rally. And it'll be a service here for Ashley Hoxett. Hoxett, 3 bounces of the volleyball. Now jump serve with the right hand. Dug up there nicely by Lance. However, the Tornadoes unable to keep that point going. And point for the Pride. Shiflett with the serve. Big hit there from Parkins. Point for the Tornadoes. McKenna Parkins now with 9 kills. She leads all the Tornadoes with that number. Consistently one of the top attackers on the team. Point there for the Tornadoes, so some early momentum. And tied back up at 3. Big hit there. And it's a winner, Vrobel. She's had quite a few of those. Now a half dozen kills for her. And meanwhile, service here coming by Mantell. Mantell now trying to set up her teammate. And that'll be a point for Greensboro. Hancock was making things difficult for the Tornadoes at the net there. First on the offensive end, then on the defensive end. Meanwhile, service here once again for Mantell. And that'll be an ace for Mantell. That's her 3rd ace of the contest. And just like that, 3 straight points for Greensboro. 6-3 the advantage. Parkins. Presley. Parkins. Dug up there. Here come the Pride. That's Brooks. Hoxett. The kill from way downtown. 3-point range there if we're talking about basketball. From way outside, Hoxett able to nail that winner. NBA regular season tipping off this evening. And that'll be a point for Greensboro meanwhile. Exciting time around the world of sports. By the way, update in case you're interested, American League Divisional Series, Game 5, winner take all in that series. Yankees 5, Guardians 1, bottom of the 8th inning. Meanwhile, here come the Tornadoes. Big hit there by Presley, and that bounces inbounds off the blocker for the Pride. Nicely done there by Templeton. So 5-1, Yankees on top of the Guardians. The NBA, we mentioned that, tipping off this evening. Some big games there as that season gets going. Meanwhile, hit here from Parkins, and that'll be a winner for McKenna Parkins, the dual sport athlete from Marion, North Carolina. 76ers and Celtics getting started in about 20 minutes or so. And then late tonight, Lakers and Warriors. So that's your NBA opening night slate. Meanwhile, big hit there from Presley. Back the other way, here come the Pride, and the Pride able to finish it off. They were just kind of coming at the Tornadoes from all angles there. Templeton with the eventual winner. Now, we mentioned the Yankees score. The National League Championship Series begins this evening as well. That's the Phillies and the Padres. Presley. And finish there. Point for the NATOs. So 9-5. Check that 9-6. Tornadoes on top. And a point there for the Tornadoes as volleyball finds its way into the net on the Pride attack. And meanwhile, Rockstad will handle the service. And that'll be a point for the Pride. Service error. Well, we mentioned it's fall break, but no shortage of action for the Tornadoes athletics program. If you're in the area, think about coming out tomorrow night. Eyes Lamel Family Field. Women's and men's soccer double header. Big hit there. And just long that attack by Hoxett. So the point will go to the Pride, 11-7. Doubleheader starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow at Eyes Lamel Family Field. Women's soccer versus Salem in a USA South Conference contest. As an ace there, just finding its way over the net. Fortuitous spin there by Templeton to make its way over the net. Then the men's soccer team tomorrow night, 8 o'clock versus Warren Wilson in non-conference action. Presley. Finishing off there. Once again, the Pride starting to take control a bit here in this third set, and a timeout there. Interim head coach Abby Pardee sensed exactly that. So a timeout on the court with your score. Set number 3, Greensboro 13, Brevard 7. Back to action here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. So I hope you can come on out tomorrow night for men's and women's soccer. Also, reserve soccer will be playing on Thursday night at Islamel Family Field, the men's reserves team. And that'll be their senior night for the reserves team versus Mars Hill at 7 p.m. Point there for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes needed that coming out of the timeout. And Caitlin Presley will handle the service. Winner there for the Pride. Cross country back in action on Friday. Trip to Charlotte, North Carolina for the JW Wildcat Classic. And then Saturday, we mentioned the Tornadoes versus LaGrange. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff at Islamel Family Field. Hope you can join us for that one. If you can't make it in person, right here on this YouTube channel. Meanwhile, big serve there. Presley now setting up Nance. Here comes the Pride the other way. Big hit there, and that's going to be a point for the Pride, and they're stretching their lead even further now, 15-8. Then if you haven't had enough Brevard College Tornado action, come Sunday, the JV football team back in action versus Aces Elite Sports Academy. That's a 2 p.m. start at Islamel Family Field. So bctornadoes.com, you can check out all these schedules and hope to see you in person one of these days here in this campus of Brevard College. Point there once again for the Pride, 16-8, so they've doubled up the Tornadoes here in the third period. Service here for Templeton. Jump serve. Hawks it. And miss hit there by Nance. It'll be another point for the Pride. (17-8). Hawks it. Presley. Nance. Dug up there and somehow trying to keep that alive, crashing into the bench area there. It'll be a point for the Tornadoes, but what an effort. Big time effort there by Vrobel. She went flying into that bench area. You see that in the NBA sometimes, the NBA players flying into the VIP section. Fans trying to keep their drinks from spilling. Vrobel went into those chairs there, but looks like she's okay. Meanwhile, here come the Tornadoes. Presley setting up Parkins. Parkins with using the finesse that time. Parkins with the changeup, the touch, the kiss. 17-10 your score. Hawks it with the service. On the court for the Tornadoes, Hawks it, Presley, Lance, Parkins, to Mickey. In Blair Nance. And Parkins said, I've had enough of this situation. I'm just going to slam this door shut right here now. And with authority, she just slams the door there from atop the net. 17-11 the score. Hawks it with the serve. And that'll be a point for the NATOs. So once again, Hawks' service continues, and the NATOs inching their way back into this here in this third set, 17-12. Presley tried to catch the Pride off guard. Now the opportunity for the Pride. Brooks send it over. Now Hoxett sends it over. Opportunity for the Pride again, and that's a big hit off the hand of Hoxett. She did everything in her power. But Vrobel, too hot to handle. Off the handle of Hoxett, and the point goes to the Pride. 18-12 now. Greensboro on top. Point there for the NATOs. Nicely done. Once again, Parkins. Now the service from Lance. Lance with the right hand. Sends it over. Kept alive there by Rockstead. Presley setting up Parkins. Parkins with a big hit. Looked like it might have been off the thigh or off the knee of one of the Pride players. Templeton keep that rally alive. Wild exchange. You saw the response from student section here at Brevard College. And what sport are we watching exactly? Foot volley? Meanwhile, here comes Greensboro. Parkins, Presley. Rockstadt sends it over. Here comes the Pride once again. Big hit there from Brooks. And winner there. Nicely done, Greensboro. Some good team volleyball there. Hancock with the winner. 19-14, Pride on top. Critical third set, all tied up 1-1. And with the serve here, it'll be the libero, Lauren Mantell, junior out of La Mesa, California. And the block party was on that time for the Tornadoes, Parkins and Rockstad. And that just energized the Tornadoes and the Tornado bench. And see if they can keep some momentum here, trailing by 4 here in the third set. Pretty. Serve there, just missing near sideline. Service error there. It looked like Pretty might have been going for the ace there along the line there. Pretty. Setting up Presley, and nicely done. Presley finding that opening in the Pride defense. Really well done. The senior Grace Pukas checking back in. Grace Pukas, what a night honoring her. Outstanding student athlete. All sorts of honor society on the academic side. Big contributor for 4 seasons here for the NATOs. Meanwhile, here's Pretty setting up Hoxit that time, and the point for the Tornadoes as the block goes out of bounds, and the Tornadoes inching their way back in this 20-17. This third set is critical. Big serve there by Pukas, and ultimately lands out of bounds, service error. So 3 points away here in set number 3 are the Pride. And a timeout on the court. Your score, Pride 21, NATO 17.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, glad you're able to join us. Set number 3, currently tied 1 set apiece. Greensboro leads 21-17 here in the third set. Point there for the Pride, now 22-17. So Tornadoes really have to circle the wagons here if they want to stay in this set, trailing 22-17. And that's going to be another point for the Pride. 23-17. 2 points away from a 2-1 advantage. Service here from Hancock. And a little too much on that attempt by the Pride. It looked like it was Shiflett trying to slam the door there. But the point to the Tornadoes, Kendall Rockstad, sophomore from Kannapolis. Rockstad sends it over. Now the Pride trying to get things going. Meanwhile, Pretty setting up Presley. And that's a winner for Presley. Count the kill for Presley and the Tornadoes with another point there, 23-19. Rockstad with the service. Winner there from Rockstad as the Nados bench with their approval. Point there, and just like that, it's a set point situation. (24-20). And a point there, 25-20, so 2-1. And Greensboro wins that critical third set. See if the Tornadoes can answer back as we head towards set number 4 here at the Boschberg Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
The sounds of John Denver. Take me home country roads here in the Boshaber Gymnasium, and feel good time of year. Coming off homecoming, fall break. Beautiful leaves out here in the mountains of western North Carolina. I'm glad you're able to join us wherever you may be tuning in from. Tornadoes break the huddle, and they're looking to take home this fourth set. So rotations getting organized here and getting ready to rock. Tornadoes will start with the following players on the court: Jackson Tamicki, Blair Nance, Kendall Rockstad, McKenna Parkins, Caitlin Presley, and Ashley Hoxett. Libero checking in for the Pride, and also on the court, Vrobel, Shiflett, Templeton, Brooks, and McCown. So there's your chess pieces here on the start of set number 4. Yankees, by the way, won that American League Divisional Series over the Cleveland Guardians. Final score from Yankee Stadium. And the Yankees now, after the 5-1 win, will face off against the Astros in the ALCS. Meanwhile, back to action here, Brevard College Volleyball versus Greensboro USA South Conference action. Compelling rally getting started here. See if we can keep it going, but no. Different ideas, according to Peyton Shiflett. She now leads all players with 13 kills. Shiflett. Service here from Templeton. 1-0 Pride, set number 4. Templeton has 5 kills, 2 aces. Hoxett, Presley, Parkins. Dug up there by McCown. And a whistle, a misplay, a handling error by the Pride. Sort of like a carry or a palming violation in basketball. The handling error. And then misplayed there into the net. That attack by Vrobel, and back-to-back points for the NATOs. Two the score. And service back to Greensboro, which are point there for the Pride. Shiflett. Shiflett with the dig there. Meanwhile, here come the Tornadoes. And a finish there, very nicely done by the Greensboro Pride. Dig there. Meanwhile, back the other way. The Pride able to win that point. 5-2 now the score. Period number 4. Pride leading 2-1. And winner there for the Pride. (6-2). Hit there from Parkins. Dug up nicely by Shiflett. Now sending it over is Hancock. Nance tried to get it over Hancock. And also Robel, rather, and the block from those two ends up out of bounds, so the point for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, substitution for Greensboro, also substitution for the Tornadoes. Checking in Logan Pretty, sophomore setter from Greensboro, North Carolina. Serve from Pretty. Big hit there, dug up by Lance. Now this is going to be another opportunity for the Pride. Watch out. Dug up once again, though, by Lance. Now an opportunity for the Nados. Presley. Seeing some good fundamental volleyball on this rally. Presley. Bump. Set from Pretty. Parkins with the attack. Well done. Dug up there by Templeton. Now another opportunity for the Tornadoes. Parkins, well done there. Some nice technical volleyball from both sides. And Parkins with the ultimate winner. NATO Nation enjoyed that one. The members of NATO Nation here in the building, appreciate them coming out at the Bosch. Nice crowd here for senior night. And that point to the Pride. Parkins with 14 kills, leading all players on the court. McKenna Parkins, dual sport athlete, member of that women's basketball team that will be getting going soon. Meanwhile, big hit there. And point for the Nados. Nados hanging around here in the fourth set, 7-5. Meanwhile, Pukas, the senior for Brevard. And the Pukas serve will continue. She's going to graduate from BC with a bachelor's in exercise science, minors in coaching and psychology. Incredible academic career. Dean's List, academic all-conference for the USA South, Alpha Chi and Omicron Delta Kappa honor societies. And if you weren't aware, a dual sport athlete herself, a thrower for the track and field team. (8-6) and point there for the Pride. (9-6) now your score. Pukas tonight with 4 digs. Pretty setting up Presley. Here come the Pride the other way. And just like that, Cody with the kill off the Templeton assist. Templeton set up her teammate Cody beautifully there. Templeton with an eye-popping 34 assist. Number 3 for Greensboro, getting it done in the distribution department. 10-6 your score. Here comes the Pride. And a winning point there for the Pride once again, 11-6, and a timeout on the court. Set number 4, Pride 11, Tornado 6.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
So we had John Denver earlier. Now the sounds of Alabama Dixieland Delight. Alabama, the country rock band. That's a classic, Dixieland Delight. Meanwhile, Tornadoes coming off the timeout with a delight of their own on that kill. So now 11-7, Tornadoes on top. Point there for the Tornadoes, 11-8. Presley with the big hit there. Another point for the Nados. And coming out of that timeout, some great energy and execution by the Tornadoes. Point there for the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes have tied this set up 11-11. All behind the service of Kendall Rockstad. So the delight of the crowd here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Greensboro trying to put an end to this scoring run by the Nados, and they do exactly that. That went off a Nado hand. Nados kind of did everything right, but did get a hand on that attack. Hit there, and point for the Pride. Big hit there. Come the Nados the other way. Pride now setting things up. Great job on the block. Combination of Taylor Cody and Peyton Shiflett. And service here for Hancock. Hancock has one ace so far from that service location. Here come the Pride. Kept alive by the Pride. Now trying to go up high. Little bit of a tie-up up there at the net. And then the finish there. What a finish there. Nifty, crafty, and just overall smart volleyball as Bailey Lance found that middle part of the court. Great hustle, meanwhile, by Templeton. She has been all over the court tonight for the Pride. Meanwhile, attack there by Hoxett. Count it, and you could hear the students here at the Bosch starting to crank it up. Good to see student broadcaster Brady Penn in the house. We'll hear him a bunch on this YouTube channel during basketball season. Meanwhile, point there for the Pride. And checking in for the Pride and handling the service here will be Klingensmith. Grace Klingensmith. Point there for the NATOs. 15-14. Pukas, the celebrated senior this evening, checking out. A lot of smiles on that Tornado bench. Tornado women's volleyball team did a great job decorating the Boschberg Gymnasium pregame. Festive atmosphere for Grace Pukas. And great job by the Tornadoes. It was all ignited by a block combination of Tamicki and also Parkins. And we're all knotted up at 15. Tornadoes hanging tough here. Set number 4. Down 2-1, trying to force a 5th set. Hoxett with the serve for Brevard. Presley setting up Parkins, and the finish there. That's kill number 15 for McKenna Parkins. And credit the assist to Presley. Presley with 18 assists now. Pretty has 16. What a combination those two are in the distribution department. Meanwhile, serve from Hoxett. And just long, just missing there. (16-16), all tied up again. Several tied scores in this 4th set. Big hit there. Presley keeps it alive. And Greensboro keeping things alive on the other end. So another rally developing here, in the finish there from Parkins. Parkins with the rally killer on that kill. And Parkins now with 16 kills. And service here coming from Bailey Lance. She has 2 aces on the end of the finish by Parkins. Oh my! And that has the NATO faithful up on their feet. And just like that, the Tornadoes ahead 18-6, period number 4. Back to action here at the Boschberg Gymnasium. Great work this evening by producer Logan Southern. Aisha Short handling some of the camera duties as well. Meanwhile, point there by the Pride. Scott Douglas on the public address. Joseph Marvin, Roya Tomasabi handling all the numbers. And back at it here, Tornadoes trying to force a fifth set here, up 18-17. Presley keeps it alive, and Bailey Lance, the libero, had already laid out for a potential dig. And meanwhile, Presley was able to keep it alive. Lance was on the floor and unable to keep that point going for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, all tied up at 18, and then a point there. That's a well-played point by Kelsey Brooks on the kill. Brooks now with 8 kills. And service here from Shiflett. She's the leading attacker with 15. She also has 9 digs. Attack there, and the finish by Hancock. That's kill number 8 for her. So a lot of different Pride players getting it done on the offensive end. Shiflett, Vrobel, Brooks, Hancock, Templeton, all with at least 6 kills. And Templeton handling almost all the distribution with 39 assists. Statistically for the Tornadoes, Parkins leading the way, 17 kills. 19 assists for Presley, 8 kills, 10 digs. So Presley just 2 kills away from a triple-double. She's done that several times in her career. Meanwhile, the signs of Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, another favorite. So kind of a night of classics here from the DJ booth. And good times here. Fall break on the campus of Brevard College. Well, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that little bell. That way you'll receive all the notifications when the Brevard College Tornadoes go live. We'll bring you all the action of home athletic events as we head down the home stretch here of the fall sports season. 2 more home football games on the docket. Both a game this weekend and also on November the 5th. And also men's and women's soccer still happening. Then before you know it, basketball will be in action from right here at the Bosch. We'll bring you all that action here on this YouTube channel. Back to action here. And here come the Pride, meanwhile, trying to pull away. And that's going to be a point for the Pride. That's off a Tornado hand, and the crowd did not like that decision from the official. Now an explanation to Coach Abby Party, and meanwhile we're getting some separation here from the Pride, 22-18. Hit there from Parkins, and that's what the doctor ordered. McKenna Parkins able to get her 18th kill. And Tornadoes able to regain the service here. At this juncture, very little room for error. Every point matters here. Down by 3, 22-19. Down 2-1. And just like that, the Pride answer. Jade Vrobel, the West Virginia native, trying to take it home for the Pride. Meanwhile, service here, Mantell. Pretty. She sets up Parkins. Parkins sends it way back to that backside of the Pride defense, and just like that, that's one of those little things by McKenna Parkins. Very savvy Smart volleyball there, seeing the opening, maybe not going for the traditional kill shot, instead sending it deep, putting the Pride back on their heels. And that's an ace from Grace Pukas, the senior. And just like that, the Tornadoes 23-21, Grace Pukas with the service, and almost poetic for her to be handling the service here at this critical juncture. Serve here from Pukas. It's a good one once again. Pride able to keep it alive. Pukas now with the dig. Hoxett sends it over. Here come the Pride trying to get organized offensively. Meanwhile, opportunity for the Tornadoes. Pretty setting up Presley, and the kill for Presley. And just like that, the Pukas service will continue, 23-22. Tornadoes hanging tough here in the fourth set, trying to force a fifth set. Pukas, that service will go long. Perhaps the adrenaline pumping too much. And just like that, it's not only set point, but match point for the Pride. Brooks hawks it now. Hawks it on the attack now. And Hawks it with the finish, 24-23, fending off. Match point, another match point for the Pride, but the Tornadoes with the service. And now a substitution, so we'll see who will handle the service for the Nados. Caitlin Haggerty came in to serve for the Tornadoes. The Pride able to get organized, however, on the other end and able to finish off that fourth set, 25-23, to take the match 3-1. Well, Tornadoes hung tough, I'll tell you what, with one of the top teams in the USA South Conference, forcing a fourth set, oh so close from forcing a fifth set. And your final score, 3-1, Pride. Stick around, we'll bring you all the final numbers in just a moment.
Probably one of the prettiest places on the earth. And to come to somewhere where it's such a tight-knit community, where everybody has your back, I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else at bigger schools.
I like to go hang out in the coffee shop, sit outside at the picnic tables, maybe do a little bit of homework there, and just socialize because there's always somebody that I know there.
Brevard does make it easy to come here. The admission process is very simple.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at the Boschberg Gymnasium, your final score, Greensboro 3, Brevard 1. Brevard won the first set 26-24, took a 1-0 advantage. Greensboro then evened things up with a 25-20 win in set number 2. Greensboro with a 2-1 advantage after a 25-20 set number 3 victory. And then they're able to take the fourth set and ultimately the match with a 25-23 win in set number 4. Well, it was a good one here. The night started with Grace Pukas, a senior day ceremony, the lone senior on the team, an outstanding student athlete, dual sport athlete, by the way, a thrower on the track and field team, will graduate with a degree in exercise science and minors in coaching and psychology. Best of luck to Grace Pukas as she moves forward in her endeavors post-graduation. And then we got things started between the Tornadoes and the Pride, and it was a good one. Pride, one of the best teams in the USA South Conference, and the Tornadoes hung tough. Pride were led by Peyton Shiflett with 15 kills and 14 digs. Also a big day for Jade Vrobel with 11 kills. Abby Hancock had 9 kills. Templeton was just outstanding at the setter position with 41 assists. Total of 9 service aces, led by 3 by Mantell for the Pride. And Mantell also leader in the digs department with 21. 5 blocks by the Pride. Make that 6 on the team total. Meanwhile, the Tornadoes, led by McKenna Parkins on the attack, 18 kills. She also had 3 digs on the defensive end. Ashley Hoxett with 9 kills to go along with 12 digs. And Caitlin Presley, 9 kills, 20 assists, and 10 digs. So she was just 1 kill away from a triple-double. Caitlin Presley. I'd imagine if we would have gone to a 5th set, she very well might have gotten that feat. Also in the kill department, Blair Nance with 6. Jackson Tamicki with a pair of kills. Emma Wester had a kill, as did Bailey Lance. Lance with 13 digs and 2 service aces. Logan Pretty with 18 assists. And Grace Pukas, as we mentioned, she had 6 digs and a service ace and really brought a lot of excitement and energy to the Boshemer Gymnasium this evening. This game was very competitive. 19 tied scores and 9 lead changes. So this was a back-and-forth affair as the Tornadoes, as we hear Eye of the Tiger in the background, gave the Pride their best shot. But the Pride ultimately taking the 3-1 victory. Well, I want to thank everybody who helped out all season long with Brevard College Volleyball. First, want to thank you, the listener, for tuning in and checking us out all season long. Hope we were able to bring you some joy and fun times here from the Boshemer Gymnasium. Want to thank all those who helped behind the scenes. Logan Southern, Aisha Short, Shania Hauser, Joseph Marvin, Roya Tomasabi, Jamarcus Walker, Tamia McGee, Ashley Mitchell, Pietro Moratelli, Scott Douglas, handling a lot of the public address announcing, and members of the Brevard College softball program as well, doing some great work behind the scenes. So hang around, make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell, and we'll be bringing you action throughout the rest of the fall sports, into the winter sports, men's and women's basketball right around the corner. We'll be bringing you that action as well. So that'll about do it here from Boshemer Gymnasium. Thanks again for joining us for this edition of Brevard College Tornado Athletics. And we'll see you at a future Brevard College Tornado Athletic event. Men's and women's soccer tomorrow. And football on Saturday as well. Well, your final score for the final time, Greensboro 3, Brevard 1. Go Tornadoes.